Please subscribe, like and share this content. It means a lot to us. Thank you in advance.
U.S. Code, Title 2. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 28D, Distribution of Precedents by Director of the Government Publishing Office for official use. Particular distribution, marking and ownership of sets. The Director of the Government Publishing Office shall make the following distribution of sets of the precedents: 1. To each standing or joint committee of the Congress which is in existence on October 18, 1976, or which is established after October 18, 1976, 4 sets. 2. To the office of the Legislative Council of the House of Representatives, 5 sets. 3. To the office of the Legislative Council of the Senate, 5 sets. 4. To the Library of the House of Representatives, 4 sets. 5. To the Library of the Senate, 2 sets. 6. To the Library of the Supreme Court of the United States, 9 sets. 7. To the Office of the Official Reporter of Debates of the House of Representatives, 3 sets. And 8. To the Office of the Official Reporter of Debates of the Senate, 3 sets. B. Each set of precedents distributed by the Director of the Government Publishing Office under subsection A of this section shall be for official use. Each such set shall be legibly stamped on the front cover, property of the United States government. Each such set, upon delivery, shall become and remain the property of the United States, and may not be removed from the building in which is located the designated library or office, as the case may be. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 2080, Distribution of Precedents by Joint Committee on Printing of Surplus Sets, Additional Printing, etc., of sets under authority of Joint Committee. A. Any set of the precedents printed and bound pursuant to subsection A of Section 28B of this title, not needed to carry out the distributions required by Sections 28B to 28E of this title, shall be distributed under the direction of the Joint Committee on Printing. B. The Joint Committee on Printing may from time to time authorize and direct that additional sets of the precedents be printed, bound, and distributed in such manner as the Joint Committee determines will best carry out the purposes of Sections 28B to 28E of this title. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 29, Condensed and Simplified Versions of House Precedents, Other Useful Materials in Summary Form, Form and Distribution to Members of Congress, Resident Commissioner from Puerto Rico, and others, Appointment and Compensation of Personnel, Utilization of Services of Personnel of Federal Agencies. The Parliamentarian of the House of Representatives shall prepare, compile, and maintain on a current basis and in cumulative form, for each Congress commencing with the 93rd Congress, a condensed and, insofar as practicable, up-to-date version of all of the parliamentary precedents of the House of Representatives which have current use and application in the House, together with informative text prepared by the parliamentarian and other useful related material in summary form. The parliamentarian shall have such matter printed for each Congress on pages of such size and in such type and format as he considers advisable to promote the usefulness of such matter to the members of the House, and shall provide a printed copy thereof to each member in each Congress, including the resident commissioner from Puerto Rico, and may make such other distribution of such printed copies as he considers advisable. In carrying out this section, the parliamentarian may appoint and fix the pay of personnel and utilize the services of personnel of the Library of Congress and the Government Publishing Office. 2 U.S. Code Paragraph 29A, Early Organization of House of Representatives. A. Caucus or conference for incumbent members re-elected to and members elected ensuing Congress. Time and procedure for calling: 1. The majority leader or minority leader of the House of Representatives after consultation with the Speaker may at any time during any even-numbered year call a caucus or conference of all incumbent members of his or her political party who have been re-elected to the ensuing Congress and all other members elect of such party, for the purpose of taking all steps necessary to achieve the prompt organization of the members and members elect of such party for the ensuing Congress. 2. If the majority leader or minority leader calls an organizational caucus or conference under paragraph 1, he or she shall file with the clerk of the House a written notice designating the date upon which the caucus or conference is to convene. As soon as possible after the election of members to the ensuing Congress, the clerk shall furnish each member elect of the party involved with appropriate written notification of the caucus or conference. 3. If a vacancy occurs in the office of majority leader or minority leader during any even-numbered year, and has not been filled, the chairman of the caucus or conference of the party involved for the current Congress may call an organizational caucus or conference under paragraph 1 by filing written notice thereof as provided by paragraph 2. B. Payment and reimbursement for travel and per diem expenses for members attending caucus or conference. Exceptions. Regulations governing payments and reimbursements. Reimbursement vouchers. 1a. Each member-elect, other than an incumbent member re-elected to the ensuing Congress who attends a caucus or conference called under subsection A, and each incumbent member re-elected to the ensuing Congress who attends any such caucus or conference convening after the adjournment sine die of the Congress in the year involved, shall be paid for one round trip between his or her place of residence in the district which he or she represents in Washington, District of Columbia, for the purpose of attending such caucus or conference. Payment shall be made through the issuance of a transportation request form to each such member-elect or incumbent member by the Finance Office of the House before such caucus or conference. B. Each member-elect, other than an incumbent member re-elected to the ensuing Congress who attends a caucus or conference called under subsection A, shall in addition be reimbursed on a per diem or other basis for expenses incurred in connection with his or her attendance at such caucus or conference. 2. Payments and reimbursements to members-elect under paragraph 1 shall be made as provided, with respect to members, in the regulations prescribed by the Committee on House Oversight with respect to travel and other expenses of committees and members. Reimbursements shall be paid on special voucher forms prescribed by the Committee on House Oversight. C. Availability of applicable accounts of House. The applicable accounts of the House of Representatives are made available to carry out the purposes of this section. D. Orientation programs for new members with the approval of the majority leader, in the case of a member or member-elect of the majority party, or the minority leader, in the case of a member or member-elect of the minority party. Subsections B and C shall apply with respect to the attendance of a member or member-elect at a program conducted by the Committee on House Administration for the orientation of new members. 1. In the same manner as such provisions apply to the attendance of the member or member-elect at the organizational caucus or conference. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 29b, 29c, omitted. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 29d, transferred. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 30, term of service of members of Congress as trustees or directors of corporations or institutions appropriated for. In all cases where members of Congress or senators are appointed to represent Congress on any board of trustees or board of directors of any corporation or institution to which Congress makes any appropriation, the term of said members or senators, as such trustee or director, shall continue until the expiration of 2 months after the first meeting of the Congress chosen next after their appointment. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 38, jury duty exemption of elected officials of legislative branch. A. Notwithstanding any other provision of federal, state or local law, no elected official of the legislative branch of the United States government shall be required to serve on a grand or petit jury, convened by any federal, state or local court, whether such service is requested by judicial summons or by some other means of compulsion. B. Elected official of the legislative branch shall mean each member of the United States House of Representatives, the delegates from the District of Columbia, Guam, the American Virgin Islands, and American Samoa, and the resident commissioner from Puerto Rico, and each United States Senator. 2 U.S. Code paragraph 30b, notice of objecting to proceeding. A. In general, the majority and minority leaders of the Senate or their designees shall recognize a notice of intent of a senator who is a member of their caucus to object to proceeding to a measure or matter only if the senator, 1. Following the objection to a unanimous consent to proceeding to, or passage of, a measure or matter on their behalf, submits the notice of intent in writing to the appropriate leader or their designee, and 2. Not later than 6 session days after the submission under paragraph 1, submits for inclusion in the congressional record and in the applicable calendar section described in subsection B the following notice: I, Senator, intend to object to proceeding to, dated for the following reason. B. Calendar. 1. In general, the Secretary of the Senate shall establish for both the Senate calendar of business and the Senate executive calendar a separate section entitled Notice of Intent to Object to Proceeding. 2. Content. The section required by paragraph 1 shall include a. The name of each senator filing a notice under subsection A. 2. B. The measure or matter covered by the calendar that the senator objects to, and c. The date the objection was filed. 3. Notice their senator who has notified their respective leader and who has withdrawn their objection within the 6 session day period is not required to submit a notification under subsection A. 2. C. Removal. A senator may have an item with respect to the senator removed from a calendar to which it was added under subsection B by submitting for inclusion in the congressional record the following notice: I, Senator, do not object to proceed to,